Hello and welcome to a Cerberus guide for casuals. Today we're going to walk you through a couple of kills on an Iron Man account, but it works on any account with basically any gear you fancy. Today I'm going in with a Slayer helm because you have to do Cerberus on a Slayer task. I'm going in with a bunch of strength gear, and the most important piece is prioritizing crush bonus. So I've gone with a leaf bladed battle axe as my best crush weapon. In terms of equipment, you need basically a bunch of prayer potions, a superset, and sharks. I've gone with a superset, 7 prayers, a DDS for spec weapon, and the rest sharks. That seems to get me about 4 to 5 kills per trip, but you know, your mileage may vary. If you happen to have an ornate pool, that's awesome. It speeds up things up a little bit, and you don't have to waste time eating between runs. And if you have a Falador Portal Nexus next to your pool as well, that makes life really, really easy. So as we walk over to Cerb, which is just to the left of the bank, and I'll walk through. I'm not going to explain where it is really, but you can just watch. I'm going to go through some of the weird mechanics involved. So Cerb has basically mage, melee, and range attacks, but as far as we're concerned, we're just going to pray mage and tank the rest. You can learn to flick if you're really cool, but we're not. We're just going to learn it for the basics. But yeah, going back to there is normal attacks, and he has 2 special attacks. One where he says grr, and basically lava just appears under you, and it hits you for like 10 or 15 if you're on top of the tile, and like 7 if you're next to the tile. Either way, move. Some people can react to it. I cannot. So you'll see me, I get hit by it, but I take about 10 damage, just not the end of the world. And then the other attack is the really, really tricky one, where he will say Aru. And when he says Aru, what happens is some ghosts appear. And what happens is they come out in like a green, blue, and red. Green being range, blue being mage, and melee being red. And whatever order they're in, they're the prayers you've got to hit. So you'll see when I do it, you simply just go through the prayers. I don't think it's called prayer flicking, because I don't think I'm that good. But I think, for me, I feel like a pro PVMer when I flick my prayers really quickly, and it works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm sure there's a timing I can learn, but we're here to learn the basics, so let's give it a go. So, firstly, you enter this little area here, and we're going to peek through the iron winch, hopefully find no one in my spot. I always go to the one on the right, don't know why. Works out for me sometimes. I say sometimes, I'm 145 dry. We're going to turn the winch, and we're going to go in. So as you approach Cerb, just pot up. And quick prayer for piety and protect from mage. We're going to run in, and we're just going to smack him with our leaf bladed battle axe, or anything with a good crush. Like I said, there's certain mage and range attacks, but we're just going to pray mage, and then just hope for the best. We do sometimes take 20s, and sometimes they stack with a melee attack as well. But it can't be helped. I'm doing this with non-max stats, so they're pretty close, 93, 98, 96. But that'll do, really. I mean, I've done it on base 90s before, so you'll be fine. So there is a clever trick about manipulating his HP so ghosts never appear, but again, that's a bit too try-hard for today. We're typically just going to go through the basic, just smack him until he dies. Just left click, left click. When he says a woo, we're going to pot up to above 60 prayer as well, because every one of these hits you tank from these ghosts happens to be, it drains you of 30 prayer as well. So there he is. We're going to top up just to max, just to prove a point. Stand in the middle so don't get hit. And then we're going to pray range, and then range, melee, and then mage. Like that. I don't think he took any damage. Pot up again, and then we go again. And start smacking him. It's that simple. So you don't waste more prayer potions, just going to spec him out now after the ghosts come. If you're feeling fancy, you could try and spec him before the ghost if you want to try and beat the ghosts. Oh, there's the Gur attack as well. We're just going to run out of the way of that. And then he dies. We eat, we do that. We take 6 Grimy Torstal, and we go again. So I do another kill, because why not? Just stand in the middle. He respawns really quickly. I'm going to pop up again, just because I've got so many of these, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to smack him once, and then we start the fight. I think the fight starts before you hit him, to be fair, but it doesn't really matter. So just keep an eye on your prayer. You'll notice when these 3 ghosts come out, when he hits you, it hits you. If you've got your prayer on, it drains you 30 prayer. If you haven't got the right prayer on, it drains you 30 hit points. So realistically, you just want to drain the prayer so you keep your health up. But I guess you could, if you really wanted to, just tank one of the hits and only worry about flicking once. Just going to top my prayer up again, making sure I'm staying above 60. It saves you panicking when the ghosts come out, you see. If you've got Rune Light, you can position your camera so you can see what the ghosts are, but when you get enough practice, you realise it's not that hard just to react to what appears here. But yeah, the ghosts do appear at the back here. You can check them out with Rune Light with a massive zoom out. It says in a Rue, so it's a range first. So we're going to switch to range, then melee, then mage. And then we're going to eat a prayer potion, and then we're going to go back in and fight. So it didn't take any damage there. If I don't pray correctly, like I said, I do take 30 damage. But if I do pray correctly, I take 30 prayer points. So topping up to above 60 is all you need. If you have 61, it will take 30, 30, and then the 1. So try to stay above 60, and that's all that matters, really. If you've got 90 plus prayer, then I guess you're golden, but it's not the end of the world. More Zamric wine. More Zami wine. Very nice. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing more kills, but I don't think we need to actually do any more of the guides. So if you like this, give it a like and feel free to subscribe and follow me on Twitch as well at Fong by the way, or BTW. You can be my first sub. Hopefully that ages like milk. Cheers guys, thanks.